that when the first beast arrives, one of the first things he does is war against the saints, and he overcomes them and prevails against them. And so there's going to be a lot of targeting Christians at this point, of probably martial law in America, of herding people into these internment camps our government has been busy building over the years. Halliburton has a $200 billion plus contract to build and maintain these internment camps. What are all these camps for? You think we need all these camps to harbor illegal Mexicans in? No, that's just conditioning. The real reason is to be ready and prepared for Lucifer's war against the saints. The government knows exactly what they're doing. They know that they're going to become the time when they're going to be targeting and murdering Christians. They know full well. But they have to play everything out in the public very softly. They walk on soft toes. They don't want to give up too much of their agenda to the American public or wake them up out of their slumber. Most of them just don't want to be bothered. They just want to be left alone on their couches and just have a false confidence and a false belief that the government is looking out for their best interests. And that's why they don't get involved with things. And that's why they don't second guess what the government does. If you know how easily the people were fooled, I think just up until recently, where Bush's approval ratings now are dropping as low as 20%. 80% of the people that had voted for him were completely fooled by him. I think even now, just 10 or 20% of the Republican Party is behind him. So people are waking up. It's been a slow process. But they were bought in by his lies. It's just God told me this and God told me that, and I'm a Christian and I'm this and I'm that, and he lies through his teeth. The Lord said to judge them by their fruits. Don't judge them by the words, judge them by their fruits. George Bush has taken oaths of loyalty to Lucifer. You can't be involved in these secret societies and claim that you're a child of God's. The Bible forbids taking oaths, any kinds of oaths. And especially these secret societies where they take oaths to Lucifer. You can't serve two gods. You can't take a secret oath to Lucifer proclaiming your loyalty to him and then claim to everybody else you're a child of God's. See, and that's the problem we have with 46,000 Southern Baptist preachers alone, just in that one denomination, because they're all Masons. And Masons take oaths to Lucifer from the very beginning, up until every time they advance up the ranks. They worship the God of light at the beginning, and it moves up to where, when they get into the higher ranks, they'll be told that this God of light is actually Lucifer. But the Bible forbids taking oaths, and so all of them, from just even joining these secret societies, have sinned against God by doing so. They're in sin. And so watch who you're being taught. All these people going to churches today, and they're run by Masons. The Masons aren't bad. They're a Christian organization. Really? Why don't these people learn from ex-Masons, people who have come out of Masonry, and have exposed and revealed Masonry for what it is? They don't want to know. They don't want the truth. And so they'll be allowed to drown in their errors. The Lord will allow them to stay in their errors. Watch who you listen to, folks. Always ask the Lord yourself for the truth in all things to be revealed to you, so that you won't be led astray. So many things coming down that could happen so quickly. I always remember the Lord just saying a couple months ago to me, eventually the warnings will stop and the events will just start. And I think we're at the door. I really think we're at the door. I don't know how much closer we can get besides running right into it. As soon as you see this Maitreya arrive, I don't know how far along after Sananda arrives, but he's going to get the ball rolling. This Maitreya is going to get the ball rolling. He's going to come up against America. He's going to come up against everything that isn't Islam. It's going to be like a jihad against the entire world, him and his Islam. And, Islam is something straight from hell. I mean, you got 1.6 billion possessed people worshiping Satan in the guise of Allah. It's just a mess, folks. So when you see Maitreya arrive, this Arabic Messiah, Sananda will be right behind him. I don't know how long Maitreya will actually be on Earth before Sananda arrives. But Sananda will arrive as the Christian Messiah with his heavenly hosts. And on top of that, there's also a dominant woman beast in the last days, probably arrives with Sananda. I don't know who she is. It could be that this Hephzibah coming. I've talked about this Queen Hephzibah before. Or it could be this Mary Magdalene that the Illuminati's trying to push. Or it could be his mother Mary that the Vatican tries to push. This woman beast that's coming will be associated with Sananda. And of course, the last dominant beast that I see in the codes over and over again is the Roman leader, who I believe to be Al Gore. I know other people believe it will be Javier Solana. Some people believe it will be George Bush. It's really, to me, it's a toss-up between who gets their way. Because Al Gore is the one pushing to get Bush out of office now, so he can be handed it, so he can be appointed into office. And people say, well, that can't take place, and da-da-da. Believe me, folks, they have it all worked out. All this stuff takes place behind the scenes, and you'll hear about on the Internet all these indictments coming out against George Bush's people in the White House, Karl Rove, and some of these others. The whole New Age camp is the ones behind this, because it's these Omegans, Satan's last days armies. They call themselves Omegans, beings of light, light workers, all this New Age garbage. They are the ones behind ousting the New World Order out of America so they can replace it with their own order. We just exchange one new order for another one. It's hard to sit and try to even imagine which one is worse than the other. They're both bad. And either way, Satan rules them, and Christians are targeted and exterminated through either faction. This alien New Age Omega New World Order, or this New World Order we have now, with the Bushes leading. And they're just puppets. The ones behind the scenes, the Rockefellers and Rothschilds, the real power brokers behind the scenes, they all work together for this that New World Order that we have going now. But this whole New Age camp seeks to get rid of the New World Order crowd running the world governments today. They want to impeach George Bush. They want to replace our entire government, get rid of our entire government, basically. And Al Gore would take over. You see this war on the Internet constantly. Indictments supposedly going out about Bush, and the journalists behind it who are coming out against it, promoting it. TruthOut.org does that. Stu Webb does. Sherman Skolnick. And they claim that they are the French-American alliance. But what they really are is they're part of the agenda of the whole Omega New Age camp that Al Gore leads for the humans. On the human side is Al Gore. And, of course, on the back-end side are Sananda and the alien crowd. They call themselves a Galactic Federation and all these different alien freaks that these New Agers channel. But they're the ones behind it, because it's this whole